There we go. Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is Friday, the 14th of October, 2022. This has been a nice week here. It's cooled off a little bit. I mean, we're still hit the 90s some days, but hey, I'll take it. I got a decent amount of stitching done. I did have a big finish back there, and I'm so excited. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. I have a couple of whips that I worked on. And then I did an FFO-a-palooza because I found some things that, for some reason, from even 2020 that I had not ever FFO'd. Now, if anybody can figure out why, y'all gonna let me know, because I do not know why or how. They just have been sitting there all that time. But I did work on a few things too, so I'll pop these up here. And especially this one we're going to talk about. This is Lizzie Kate's Halloween Rules. And like I said, I think everybody and their dog has done those except me. And they've done those and the Christmas. And I haven't done either because, who knows? Who knows? This is still kind of bunched up on here, but you can see that I have got... Y'all, I've got a mess over here is what I've got. A big old mess. I thought I was prepared, which I always do. Okay. There's the back of them. It's Lizzie Kate Halloween Rules, and it is available on 123 Stitch. They have all the Lizzie Kate designs, so it's on there. This is the top part. You have to download this little top border, and this is mine. So I've got the pumpkin done, and the moon, and a little bit of the tree. You can see that the pumpkin is a little bit scantier. He is 1/2 on 32 count, and the moon is 2/2 on 32 count, and the black line is 2/2 on 32 count. So you can see there is a difference in the coverage. If you want a more primitive look, the 1/1, I will go back and correct the pumpkin. I wanted to try him 1/2, but, and y'all, the light's weird in here today. I don't know what's up with that. But I will go back and fix him and make him be 2/2. Because he's just a little bit thin looking, but he is adorable. And this is an adorable piece. And I'm gonna be real happy to have it done next year and have it ready for display. I hope I get it finished. But it is fun to stitch on. This was from, Nell picked it up for me at Shanty Stitchers. And I'm probably gonna say it wrong, Beresford, South Dakota, Beresford. That she had it there, and Nell knew I was wanting it. And hey, Nell, Janelle, and Tracy, by the way. And she called me and said, hey, they got it. And so she cut the fabric and boxed it all up and sent it to me. And so some local knitting workshops will still have it probably, but I have not had it before until I don't remember if I got it in 2020 or 2021, but this is I had just that little bitty tiny start on it, so I love it. I love it. Like I said, I have the little border downloaded, and the little top section that says Halloween Rules is a download. You have to download from them to do it, but I was stitching on it last night when I got sleepy and set it down, so the needle is still just sitting out there, hanging out, doing its thing. See if I can get this back in the box. The girls have their fun run thing for school today. So I think when they're through running, Justin's gonna pick them up because they get out at 2:30, and I think Kimmy gets through running at 2. So I think he's gonna pick them up and bring them to me at that point. We won't zip that one yet because the thread is hanging out here somewhere. So that was my first whip that I worked on this week. I really am enjoying it. I did put a lot of time into, I'm sorry, I want to sneeze, my FFO. like I said, we'll get to it in a minute. It was a finish and FFO. I worked on Baltimore Saltbox by Brenda Gervais, and yes, it is Gervais, but when I say Gervais, it's like Gervais's, like it's hers. So Brenda Gervais, like it's hers, but the S is silent, I think. That was a comment from Jennifer. Yes, I do think it's pronounced Gervais, but I'm always saying it's Brenda Gervais's without needle and thread, so then that makes the zzz. I don't know, that's probably not right, but anyway, that's the reason I do it. But you are right, yes, I think it is a silent S on the end because I think it's a French pronunciation. This is Baltimore Saltbox. I made a boo-boo on it early on when I started stitching and came in too far. Even though y'all sent me the thing to come in the right amount, I used it and measured but came in the wrong amount. I'm not using the called for colors. She did her house a gold. I wanted mine a gray. It is a fun stitch. It's a beautiful stitch. Let's see if I can get it on here real quick for y'all to see. I finished my flowers and my windows and my flowers, my windows. I think that's all I got done this week. So my house is completed at this point. Well, except I guess I need to do a French knot for the little doorknob, but so all my flowers, I didn't have these flowers and these sticks done down here, and they're all done. And then I did my rows of windows, and I did a window by the door. Remember, I came in too far over here, so I had to cut my thing off, so I have enough room to frame it a little bit, just a little bit. And remember, if y'all do that, you can also sew a piece of fabric onto the edge. You can sew a piece of fabric on the edge to use it to fold back under. So if you do not give yourself the right amount, which I'm not sure if I measured wrong or if I thought I would just leave 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and instead on this side I came in 2 or something. I'm not sure what I did, but anywho. So I cut mine off a little and made the house, because see, the house is kind of wonky on the front there. So I just squared up my roof line and cut it across there. And that works, or it works for me. I love this roof. It's Misty by Wicked Stepmother. Hey Frankie, hey Rhonda. I don't know if she has any in stock right now. I should look before she wants to kill me sometimes, I'm sure. This is on 32 count Country Mocha from Floss and Fabrics. It's Jerry-Lynn. Hey Jerry-Lynn. From Floss and Fabrics. This is 32 count Country Mocha. I don't think it's French. No, it's just Country Mocha linen, 32 count Country Mocha linen. There we go. So that did get some attention this week, so I could get to this point. Then I've just got the bottom section to do down here, and I'm still going back and forth if I'm gonna make it a burst sampler for Catch. I just don't want it to be too girly with that big flower on there. Not that it really matters, but it is so cute. And his room is like, Baby usually does neutrals, so this big red flower, I'm just not so sure it's gonna, I don't know. But I do love it. And I love the way it's turning out. And he's already a year old, so I need to get on with something and figure out something I'm gonna do. So that is Baltimore Saltbox by Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. And I have enjoyed it, I love it, but I'm getting close on it. I mean, just that bottom section is all I've got to do to get it done. So that was some stitching time this week. We went and got Mama's glasses this week, and Catch went with us, and he was so sweet with her and blew her kisses and let her hold his hand when we walked around and all. So she was having her a good day because he was being real sweet with her, and she always loves that. She always loves She loves being with the kids and everything. And my sister was going the next day to get her. So we did meet our friend on Saturday and eat at Cruise Barbecue there in Maypearl. It was really good. They did their, instead of like a stuffed potato, which I've never had it done this way, maybe it's a thing somewhere, but instead of like a stuffed baked potato, which is what I usually get in like, oh, Patty must see the birds out there. They did a scoop of potato salad and then put your chopped beef barbecue brisket on top. And so that was really good and very, very interesting. I really like that. So hats off to Cruise Barbecue. And who else do I have here? Oh, this is Button Button, which Hey Too Much Charles, I have a package to show y'all. He sent after his mudlarking adventures. So cool. The coolest things and fascinating to me. So we're fixing to look at those after I show you how far I got on Button Button. I did get some more done on Button Button. And as y'all know, I'm the worst about just sticking a needle in my fabric and putting it up. No one's surprised to see that. Our 50 little clips that I have here on the table out just for this purpose. I would always slide somewhere where they can't be seen. Just, you know, to be an inconvenience. My face is so itchy today and my hair is making my face itch, and I should have put it up, I guess, because now I'll be messing with it the whole time. That's the one joy of having my hair up in videos, then I don't mess with it the whole time. Because otherwise, yeah. So let's see here. It is right here. It's Button Button. It's available on her online sites, Country Stitches Online. The pattern is available there. I know a lot of y'all said your LNSs didn't have it, were out of it, so it's beautiful. I told you I did mine bright because my bluebirds here are like super crazy bright blue. Maybe they're not everywhere, but let's pull this one more time so it doesn't have a big bend in it. Oh my gosh, y'all. So I got the rest of the leaves finished, the 2 other flowers finished, and then came down here some more. And Charles sent me all these buttons that I'll show you in a few minutes when we get Happy Mail to go on here. I stinking love this piece and I can't wait to get the buttons on there, and I'm going to try to find where the buttons are from and things, because you know they have words on them. So that's super cool. But I do love these 2 little birds. I did do a little bit of back stitch around the beak. I don't know if it'll show up on here, but it shows up, and it does show up better on here with that. And I may do a lighter gray around their eyeball. So it'll show up a little bit because their little eyeball kind of blends in with their darkness. I don't know if it'll make them look horrified or not, so we'll just have to see about that. But they have been around like crazy in the bird baths, flying all over the backyard. The girls and I watched them. They'll come over this afternoon. You know, like I said, we'll spend the night. We are not gonna go, I know y'all know we usually go do our hamburger night. We get hamburgers and ice cream on Friday with them. Daddy went to his treatment yesterday and they didn't let him have it because he's down 7 pounds. So I will be making pumpkin bread this afternoon because that's something he will always eat, and maybe a pie, and then we're gonna go over there and eat at the little cafe, the Busy Bee in Maypearl. We'll be over there tonight to eat dinner, so with them. So we're all meeting up over there to eat dinner. So we'll get to see him tonight, and I'll take him his pumpkin bread and have dinner. And then, like I said, the girls won't have ice cream, but they'll be all right since they're gonna get to see Buddy and Annie and their cousins, and Catch will be there. Catch and Bebe will come, so, and Keely will get off the tractor to make it, I think. So we've had all kinds of fun. He had a strange experience this week. Usually around here, if there's a Keely, it's a girl. I told him when I named you that it's a girl or a boy name, it says. And so Audrey, you can probably vouch for me for this, is that what I read when I named him was that it is either pretty or handsome, either way, like it can be for a boy or a girl. So I named him Keely. Supposedly it's an Irish name or something, Irish Gaelic or something. But he said a man pulled up in the field and he was on the tractor, and the man pulled up and was looking for some hay. And he said, well, this isn't mine. I'm just bailing it for somebody, but I have some for sale. And he said, let me get you, you know, my info. My name's Keely. My name's Keely Sterling. And he said, oh. And he said, let me guess. You have a niece named that? And he said, no. And he said, a sister? And he said, no. Actually, my grandpa was named that. And he said, shut up. I'm usually the only guy named Keely. And he was like, no, it was my grandpa's name. And he said his name was Keely Allen, and that Keely's name was Keely Allen. He was like, are you kidding me? So that was our strange experience this week, was that Keely found another guy, Keely Allen, which I told him in the old, is the old Sherlock Holmes or whatever, there's one of the old shows that the guy is Keely, and there's an actor named Keely in there. Not only did I get At First Cock's Crow out of Sister's book here by Blackbird Designs, I got it finished and fully finished. So I am so excited about this. I told you I changed the colors up. These are the called for DMCs back here. And I added in Hey Jude, Jack and Diane, Eye of the Tiger, Violet and Blue, and Purple Rain by Wicked Stepmother, because I wanted purple in mine. Because we've talked in the past how I love purple with my Halloween stuff. So you can see this is a Prairie Schooler that I did in 2015 on purple overdyed Ada. It's still one of my favorite things. I adore it. Here's some scraps of that. I did these little, and I think they were by Lucy Heaton, and they were in one of the magazines, Halloween magazines. But so I love purple mixed in with mine. So I pulled those purples, and this is just a stock frame. I think I got it at Michael's. It's a 10 by 10. And so I framed it up in here, and I am in love with it. I love it. I put little grass, just some little grass stitches, straight stitches across the bottom for grass. And then my initials are up here, and then the year is here. And I just think it is the sweetest thing. I love this little flower tree. Once I got it done, it's all real muted, and I usually don't like such muted colors, but that really worked for me. But I enjoyed stitching it. I'm glad it's done. I'm curious to see if anybody else finishes theirs, because several of us salved it at the same time. So that was a whip last week. That this week is a fully finish, so finish and a fully finish. So, and for anybody new, that's what FFO means, fully finished object. I am in love with it. Just can't wait to keep it out all the time. And I'll have to put it up at Halloween. I should make myself a Halloween room, but I never have. But I stinking adore it. It's been a crazy fun stitch. So I started it in did I decide I started it in 2020 or 2021? Maybe I started it in 2021. That is the joy of having your old books with you. You can go back and kind of flip through and see some things. The other ones that I fully finished, that I found, I went to get a chart out and I had them stacked in the little box bin that has fall charts in it. So, I mean, I didn't bring Midnight right over here. This is the little hat, which is the small know if I can get these back on here if I get them off. Out of Midnight Ride. So Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs. This hat is the small little scissor fob, and I just turned mine into a little ornament for my purple and green tree since it has the green background and the orange. So that is Witch Hat by Midnight Ride. I don't know if that's the name of it or not, but it's a small that is in with Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs. So that one was super fun. Who else do we have? Okay, this one is a Lizzie Kate. This is my other car is a broom. It barely fit. I mean, y'all, I didn't leave myself no edge, and I should have sewed some extra on to finish it, but I made it squeeze in there. So this is Lizzie Kate. My other car is a broom. This is one of the fabrics that I stitch on because I have a hard time seeing black. This wasn't supposed to be on black, but I love this color to stitch on because I can still see the holes and everything. It is, should be on 1, 2, 3 stitch. Who else? Other car. Hocus Pocus Halloween. Hold on, I don't know if I can reach it back there. Let's see. Can I get you off here without making everything fall down? Maybe. I don't know why I put these on here. I should, or why I didn't take them off before I started. This is Hocus Pocus Halloween by Heart in Hand. I don't know if you're supposed to do a satin stitch on the little acorn, but I did. It is so cute. And y'all, I stitched this in, what did I decide, 2020? So some of these are in 2020, so how did they just get set by the wayside? Yeah, see, this one's 2020. What happened? How come you're just hanging out by the wayside over there and didn't get finished up? So this is Heart in Hand, Hocus Pocus Halloween is what it's called. I had a hard time finding the name. Hocus Pocus Halloween. And it's just finished like a little ornament. And one of y'all asked, I do have a tutorial on how I finish things in little ornaments. I'll try to find it and link it below. But Vanna's tutorials are much better than mine. And Priscilla and Chelsea have one that is way better than mine. So both of those, and those are two kind of different techniques because Vanna, well, and Kathy Haberman has one also of a hands-on design. Kathy and Vanna lace the back, and Priscilla and Chelsea glue the back. I do some of each. These I glued. This was a glue day because I had a bunch to do at one time, and so I just glued everything down. And then we have, and I don't know what her name is. She is in the Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee. I think her name's like Broomhilda or something. But she's in Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee by With That Needle and Thread. And like I said, she was stitched in 2021. And I have still got the fuzz off of them. There we go. But she is so cute. Her dress, which is perfect witch dress, is Hey Jude by Wicked Stepmother. It makes perfect roofs and perfect witch dresses, just so you know. And then this big giant guy up here is my Broom Hair Don't Care from 2020, which I don't know if I put the year on here even. But she was a share, a freebie on the Stitching with the Sisterlies and Teresa Kogut on the Halloween special on 2020. So she was on there. So I love her. I love her crazy hair, and that's how my hair does in the Jeep, as you can imagine. It looks just like this, like insane hair everywhere. But she's fun. She is a little bit, she kept growing. But yeah, I stitched her in 2020, and so they've just been sitting there in the bin, not finished at all, which is horrible. I did go to Joann's, and while I was there, I picked up the Christmas ornament issue from Just Cross Stitch. There's a ton of things in here, but this one, I don't know why I think he's so cute because I'm not a skater very good. I mean, I liked to ice skate when I was younger, but the skating Santa right there is just the cutest thing to me. He's stinking adorable. And this is by Dames of the Needle, which we all know I love me some Dames of the Needle. This one here. I mean, those are all beautiful, but I love this little guy. And then Follow the Star down there is pretty too. It's by Praiseworthy Stitches. Yeah, my nose is wanting to run. And I'm trying not to sneeze. There's one that I thought if I can get time and do it for James's mom, she would love it. And of course, why didn't I put a thing in here to mark the page, right? This is John 1:29, Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. James's mom would love this, and I could do it in smaller and set it by the songs I did for her birthday. But that one is beautiful. There's some really beautiful ones in here. So if you get a chance to grab that one, and then Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. There is some of the cutest things in here. The Witch's Inn by Roveris. This one is hard to show very much of because it's really stiff, which it's a good magazine. It means it's 30, but it's hard to fold. It's harder to fold back. This guy. It is by Sub Rosa. How cute is that basket with the house and the pumpkins and the Blackbird? So cute. I mean, there's one by Priscilla and Chelsea in here. Oh, this is the one by Hello from Liz Matthews that I love with the kitty cats and the crow. How dang cute is that? I mean, you could go on and on. This one by Teresa. Love it. This is the cutest thing ever. I love, love, love the little witches on their brooms. And the little punch needle behind it is real sweet. I guess that's punch needle. I don't know what that is behind it back there. Maybe punch needle. But it's called Black Cats Are Seen by Teresa Kogut. It is so cute. So, so cute. And this one. Oh, look at this one by Barbara Anna. How cute is she? She makes me think of Alphabet. This one by Kitten Stitcher. Beautiful. I mean, there's just, this thing is chock full. If you don't get this one, and my subscription ran out and I haven't got it renewed, which I need to do, but I grab it when I'm at Joann's, which is all the time. That's by Priscilla and Chelsea. These are just adorable. And see, they must be like me. They love the purple and the orange together. Oh, this one, here it is. Teresa's Primitive Treasures. Flowers and Pumpkin. If you like a subdued palette, like a kind of calmer tones, that one's so pretty. And this thing is so full of beautiful things. So I grabbed those while I was out. Let's see. Okay, and Charles, I will send you a link. I'm going to show you the heavy mail Charles sent me. Y'all know Charles went mudlarking, and he sent me these things here, which several of these things I'm amazed at. And he got these up out of the River Thames in England. I'm gonna say that right? Right in downtown London. He said it was close to Surrey Bridge, and a place called Surrey Bridge on it. And the buttons, which I'm going to try to put in my hand, or I'll show one or two at a time. He sent me enough to finish my button piece. Look at them. Look at this one. They are gorgeous. So I'm going to try to do some research and see if I can find out more about them. They say Beckett maybe, and Excelsior, and you can, if you really look, you can kind of see some names on here. Lambeth maybe, Lambeth. So you can kind of see little words on there. So he sent me 16 buttons. I can get them all in my hand to put on my little thing. Surrey Quarry, I'm sorry. is where he found the little doll I'm fixing to show you too. I said Surrey Bridge, but it's Surrey Quarry. All these little buttons to put on there, and I'm so excited. So thank you, Charles. They are gorgeous, and I'm so excited to put them on there. He found this little doll. Y'all, this is a little porcelain doll. How did she survive? How did she make it? All these years. And they say that they are from, what did I read the story? The 16 buttons are through the 17 to 1800s. Then I looked up Frozen Charlotte. If you look her up, she was called the Frozen Charlotte, and she was a little penny doll. Look how tiny she is. Of course, my granny would be dying because she's necky. And I think they were for playing in the bathtub or something initially, but I'll have to find a way to put some clothes on her, or Mama will come to me in my dreams and get on to me, because if we come over there with naked babies, she would get out the crochet hook and start crocheting them some clothes to go on there, because she cannot stand no naked baby. And if we were somewhere out and we showed, you know, we met them somewhere or something, she was so funny because she always had like a little needle thread or some safety pins with her all the time. And she would take a napkin or a paper towel or something, and she would fold it and make the little babies a dress and some clothes and get them all. She could not stand a naked baby. That was my mama's mama. She could not stand it. And so I'm gonna have to find some way to make Charlotte a little blanket or something to cover her up, because Mama will come to me in my dreams and get on to me. But I mean, you can still see her little face. I mean, you can, it's insane. How did she not break? And then this beautiful button, which does look like a cross stitch motif, because it has two birds and a flower on it. Look at this. I don't know if it's gonna focus on it. There we go. You can see it like that best maybe. Look at that. It is the coolest thing. It'll have to go on the top of a drum or in, I thought about using it as a clasp on my needle book, but now I'm thinking I may not make it into a needle book. I may just finish it like a flat, and so I can put it in a shadow box with my other little doll and things. And then look at this. How did this survive? This is a bottle, an Apothecary Bottle, because we were reading, thank you, Julie, The Lost Apothecary. And it was so good. And it's a 3-part mold. You can see where it's got a thing here and a thing here. And then where the top part would have been like separate. So it's like this round and then this piece and this piece. So it's 3 parts. And then they made it go together in the heat. How did this survive? How did this survive all that time? And the top though is smooth, where it's been, you know, kind of run away. I don't know if they broke it off like that off the mold or if it had a smoother top, but I mean, it's not sharp at all. But how fascinating is that? But he found some of the coolest things. He found a falconer's whistle and a really old piece of Spanish tile. What did he tell me how old it was? It may have been in the email. But they said this was from circa 1850. So thank you, Charles. I was so excited to open that box and have those fun things in there. And I'm gonna make a little shadow box for those to go in. I got a card from Linda Sue. She sent me this sweet little thank you card. Thank you, Linda, I appreciate it. She and I are always having things going back and forth. Because for some reason, some people are like Granny. Granny used to always win tickets to shows and stuff. When you would like call in, you know, you could call in the radio station and get tickets to show. Granny would win over and over and over. It's just funny thing. Some people just are luckier, I guess, than other people. I don't know. But Granny would win a lot. And then I got a card from Julie. She sent me this adorable Halloween card, which I love. Thank you so much. And then she has, the girls are coming this afternoon, like I said, so she sent cards for them and a little note and it's got stickers, which like I said, they haven't been here yet. It's got a little activities. It has stickers. and all kinds of fun things. And y'all know they come and help me decorate packages and boxes. And then she sent me this catalog, which I think we used to get at the lab. And I loved looking at. And I loved this draped denim jacket right here. And this pug coin purse. You know, CJ and them have a pug. And my friend Peggy has always only had pugs. So I think we used to get this at the lab and I loved it. But I haven't seen it since I don't go to the lab anymore. So thank you for sending it, because I probably definitely need to at least get that pug. But the girls will be here this afternoon to get their cards. So thank you, Julie. And then I have a few questions and comments, and I will try to rush through them. Oh, and then last week, before I forget, last week's shares, Johnny Barton. These people, if you'll email me at niecylynn@yahoo.com. Johnny Barton, Elizabeth Pendleton, Ann Musso, Pam Clapp, Elena Ochoa, and Maxwell Studio 19. If you guys will email me, I've got, y'all were the winners from last week's shares, which I'm not supposed to use that word, but I just accidentally did. You were the recipients of last week's shares. So then questions and comments, and then we will do the shares for this week. I'm not doing too bad time-wise. No, I'm going fast. Hey, look at me. Okay, I've got a few more minutes then. We'll go on this side. This is by Pickle Barrel Designs. It was in one of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. This is, oh my Lord, Frosted Pumpkin. This is Lizzie Kate. This is Lizzie Kate. Lizzie Kate. Lizzie Kate. That one is from Jabco that has the buttons on it. So it's just another button company, Jabco. You get the chart if you buy the button pack. That is Frosted Pumpkin Sleepy Hollow, because y'all know that's my favorite thing. And I listened to it yesterday while I was fully finishing things. I listened to it. That is, I think it's called Halloween Quaker. Right there. It's From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I did it last year. I stinking love it. I did a few changes to it so I could leave it out longer. So I didn't give him a jack-o'-lantern face. I just gave him a pumpkin face with some button eyes. That is Primitive Needle Halloween Revelry. It is in one of the old Just Cross Stitch magazines, I think. It's in one of the old Cross Stitch magazines. It's the only place it was ever printed. Blackbird Halloween Eve, I think. That was in one of the Black Pumpkin was in one of the Just Cross Stitch issues, maybe like 2015, 2018, a long time ago. This is Halloween Hoopla. This is, like I said, Prairie Schooler. You can't see it from my noodle. Hold on. Prairie Schooler on purple. This is a Primitive Needle freebie. That was a gift from Michelle. Thank you. This is like 2 years ago, and I put it out because I love it. So y'all don't think I don't keep the things y'all send me. This is the Casting a Spell Box by Blackbird Design. I changed my word up there. This is Midnight Watch by Blackbird, and this is My First Cock's Crow by Blackbird. I think that's everybody up there. So that gave us a few more minutes to go over those again, but they are, so I grabbed these this morning and moved things around a little bit. So I tried to go in the living room, but the light was too dark, so that didn't work. So then questions and comments. Okay, Linda said at one of her family members' assisted living center, a little old lady would take things all the time, and you know, not mean to, but she took everybody's remote one time, and when they finally figured out what's going on, she had 15 remotes in her room. I gotta tell y'all right now, I'm out on that. I can't hardly get the, and James Williams gets a special remote, so we only have one remote, right? I'm a one remote girl. Don't think I can use more than one remote, because I can't remember sequencing. Sequencing does not work for me. I can tell you exactly every button I need to push, but I can't keep it in the right order in my brain, okay? So we have a one remote on every TV, because that's all I can use. So if I had to go figure out whose remote went with what TV, of 15 of them, let me tell you, Let me tell you who'd quit that day. I'm quitting. I can't because I'll be in here 6 months. I'll never get that done. Okay, Michelle Ellie, now your son is learning to drive. Let me tell you how the best way to deal with this. You need to find some poor, desperate farmer, because they are desperate and poor, and they're always looking for help. And send your son to the farmer, because my children, the boys, were taught to drive by my brother-in-law and the tractor in the field. Now, they can both drive anything and are excellent drivers. CJ drives different than Keely. CJ isn't as smooth, it's just his personality as Keely is, but he is safe, and he is, and they can fix their cars, they know. So, I can't remember whereabouts you're at, but if you can find a farmer and get him to take your child on part-time on the weekends and after school, and then that's your driving teacher right there. They will be excellent drivers. They will be getting paid to learn instead of you paying them to learn, paying someone to teach them. And they'll be in the field learning. So I always felt better about that. Now, of course, early on, I would get these phone calls and he would say, you know, hey, guess where your baby's at? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, well, we're on, you know, maybe we'd be on highway or on Big Farm Market Road, or, you know, and I'm like, oh, why are you calling and telling me this? He's like, because it just freaks you out. I'm like, it does. But I mean, they always did fine and did fabulous and great. And, oh, and by the way, Becca, I finally got your package in the mail. When I did my mail this week, I've had a package to send to Becca, but I couldn't find one of the things I wanted to put in it. And so I finally got it all together, and it's on its way to you, Stampery Stitches. So I'm so worried about her not feeling good. So I've had a package coming to her that's finally on its way. Renee, thank you. You're so sweet. She said this is her virtual girl time. Yeah, I think that's about all. I like that virtual girl time. That works for me, because then you can schedule it in whenever you can. That's about the only time. If you're me, that's about the only time you can get it going. Oh, and Kathy, Nancy's in Lexington. So I don't know where about you are in Kentucky, but she's in Lexington. It's where her kids moved her to, where they live now also, but Lexington, Kentucky. Bonnie, I have made those homemade, like, they're kind of like peanut butter cups. I think they call them Buckeyes, though. Isn't that right? Where you make the little peanut butter ball and then you dip them in chocolate. James Williams can eat his body weight in those, and y'all know he can't have the sugar anymore. So he's not supposed to have it for a long time. So I don't know if I'll be making them this year. If I do, I'll have to take them to somebody else. Carla, I am so excited to try the coloring on the fabric technique. I think the girls and I may try a little small one tonight or this week, and then let them take it with them, finish in the car on their way to their other grandparents on tomorrow. If my daughter will say it's okay for them to have crayons in the car, because you know, with your crayons, they'll get melty and make a big mess. So I got to check on that. But I'm so excited about the Salem Witches Guild quilt. I'm so excited about it and doing that little color. And okay, y'all, Sherry needs some help. She is looking for number 640 Glisten Gloss Rainbow Blending Filament. Number 640, and it's apricot. Glisten Gloss Rainbow Blending Filament. If anybody sees it in their LNS, or if you own an LNS and you have it, holler, because Sherry is looking for it, needs it to finish a design and can't find it anywhere. Or if you know what to use, if it's not available anymore, what to use in its place. So if one of y'all will holler about that. And Sherry, I will try to put Vanna and Chelsea's and my tutorial down in the drop down. That usually takes me a little bit. You can probably Google it and find it much faster than I am, or go to YouTube and search it. Ivana is the Twisted Stitcher, and just do finishing tutorials, and it'll show them what she's got. Same thing on Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives. You can go and do theirs and say Stitching with the Housewives, finishing tutorials, and it'll show you which ones they have. And Kathy Haberman the same way, hands-on design on her channel, and do finishing tutorials, and it'll show you. Mine, you can do the same thing, but like I said, mine is far inferior to those others. So And Tammy, I'm sending all the love. She's the current restaurant manager and managed a restaurant through the pandemic. I can't imagine. Everything is still low and out of stock and nobody has it, and we're low on workers, and so I'm sending all the thanks and all the love because Cindy, I do remember seeing Olivia's Bouville quilt, but it was just all outlined. So now I've got to go back and look and see how, which I do get behind always on my watching, especially when the more James is home, the less watching I get, and the more the kids and James are here, my less Flosstube watching goes downhill because I don't get my own TV time. But I remembered her doing, I think it was called Bouville. It was all outline, but I don't remember her doing a coloring one. So now I've got to go and look. Lisa, I'm finna look up Tim Tam biscuits. She says Tim Tam biscuits in Australia are the best, and that her brother takes them, always brings them back when he goes home, and his friends always search the house and try to find them and eat them up. So I'm gonna have to maybe find a knockoff recipe, see if I can make some, because that sounds, I mean, just the name Tim Tam, that sounds very fun. And she says in Australia, they'll show the Santa's sleigh that he swaps his reindeers for kangaroos when he gets there. And I can't think what she called them now. I didn't write it down. I think it started with a P. Oh my gosh. But she said that's what they, because it's so hot, the reindeer be melting. So she said, in Australia, they show him that he has 6 reindeers to pull them. And I think that's very fun. And Audrey, Audrey Walster, Stitchy Witch 42, does the Alphonse Mucha complete coverage, like full coverage pieces of cross stitch. I will find the link and send it to you. I don't know if it'll let me put it, I'll try to see if it'll let me put it down in the thing. It may take me a while to find it because they're stunning. They are just, of course, the art themselves are stunning, the art piece. But stitched like that, it is crazy how beautiful it is. And of course, crazy how many millions of hours it would take to do it. I can't even imagine. And Carol and Cheryl, yes, let's sell the Witches Guild, the Salem Witches Guild, if anybody else wants to get it and start, because I'll just work on it throughout the year. And then we have this shares for today. Okay. This one is Dog Lessons for People. Just let me know if you have a dog or your favorite dog's name or something. Just say, make sure you use the word dog. Lizzie Kate, Dogs Lessons for People, which is so true. Yeah, more people need to. This is with eye needle and thread, Witch's Brew. Use the word witch. So cute. This is Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. Use the word Easter. I stitched both of these and they are gorgeous. These are gorgeous finished. I love this, still some of my favorites. And this is with eye needle and thread, Witch's Night Out. Use the word date, D-A-T-E. Tell me where your favorite date place is. So use the word date like I'm going on a date. This is Witch's Night Out. So the shares this week, dog, witch, Easter, or date are the shares this week. I think that's, oh, I was gonna see if I could get this to open up. I'd show y'all a picture of Mimi and Catch when we went to get her glasses. We got her glasses and then we went shopping and got her some new pajamas and a new sweater because her sweater, her favorite sweater that I gave her, is gonna fall to a million pieces at some point. Oh, here he was. Y'all, he was trying to give me a stroke this week. Of all the things in my house he loves to play with, the rubber bands. He loves to hang them on the doorknobs. He loves to let me get them and let them get out. And then I'm folding clothes and look over there, and he has climbed up on my pew. We were getting dressed to go get Mimi, So I took his pajamas off and was getting him dressed and was folding up some clothes. I just took out the laundry. And he's up there and he's pointing at his mom and daddy and all excited because he sees them in the mirror. But yeah, they went and walked 1,000,000 steps and looked in every window and had all the fun. And like I said, he let her hold his hand, which made her so happy. And then when we got back to her center where she lives, he was blowing her kisses and everything. So we ate lunch with her, and also he whenever he is sweet to her, because she always is afraid, she thinks she don't see him very often, even though, you know, she sees him pretty good bit, she forgets. So she thinks he ain't gonna know her. And so when he is sweet with her and lets her hold his hand and blow her kisses and stuff, she is so happy when she goes back. So she had a good day. We had a good day with her. So that was like super nice, super fabulous. So we have had a good week around here. I felt like I got some things accomplished with all my little FFOing. Let me see if I can hold them all up here. Probably can't. And then that guy. So I do feel like I got something done this week, so that's nice. I feel like I accomplished something. So now I got to go make my pumpkin bread and have it ready to take over there tonight and get ready for the girls. I've got Julie sent them stickers and stuff, and I was gonna see if they wanted to make cards to go to the cousins. They love to send mail, so I thought they'd send some cards to their cousins that they like sending to. So those will be perfect. So we have some little projects that I grabbed from Joann's, and then their card making. So we should have some fun tonight this afternoon before we go to dinner even. So I hope y'all have a happy Friday and a great weekend, and enjoy your stitches. Bye.